What's up, traders? Chris here. Welcome back for another Top Forex trade review. This one on the EURAUD. Again, EURAUD is getting picked on by our students, and people are making money from it here. So I want to go into the trade here, share his exact entry, stop loss, take profit, trading strategy, the whole thing, and areas I think can be improved on. And so we're going to get into this. Before, though, I want to apologize. I was supposed to do another video last week, but I had a little bit of a stomach bug that was really bugging my stomach. In fact, I almost had to kind of end my webinar a little bit early on Friday, so really wasn't feeling good on that. And then second thing, I kind of want this coronavirus, lockdown, shelter-in-place thing to end, because why? The hair is starting to get out of control. The hair is starting to get out of control. I need my hairstylist to get back online. Without lots of water and heavy gel, this hair looks atrocious. So I'm ready. I'm ready for people to get back to work, and I'm ready to get my hair cut. And until then, I'm just going to suffer with some pretty bad hairdo. But moving forward, let's take a look at this trade here. On this one here, you can see it from the broker's chart right here. So this is where he got in. And I chose this trade. Manoj had two trades that were really good this week, but I felt like their entries were a little suboptimal. So instead of choosing like a perfect entry trade, I want to choose a trade that was a little bit suboptimal in terms of the entry. Their target was really well placed, and their direction and overall context and structure was great. So that's what we're going to get into. Here's their entry according to their broker's chart. Here's their take profit. Pretty much went straight to profit, just a little bit in the negative, not much. And that was it. Only took a couple days and grabbed a few hundred pips on this one here. Here's the specifics. 172.56 is their entry. Their take profit was 170.53, so plus 204 pips. Very nice. And the stop loss was 68.5 pips at 73.25. Total R, risk to reward ratio. Actually, the plus R, a better way to say this would be plus R. They gained 2.98 R. So for every $1,000 that they were risking on this, they made $3,000 in profit. Very good profit on that. Very good plus R on that. It took them about 42 hours, so a little almost 2 days. Oh, and Picha Uter from last week's video, he crushed it with another one. I almost made his trade submitted for this week, the top trade, but I wanted to kind of rotate around the members. So let's go ahead and get into this one here in terms of the charts. Okay, so here's the actual trade on the chart. It's a 1 hour chart on the EURAUD. And here's his entry right here at 72, I think it was 56. Yeah, 72.56. And his stop loss was 68 pips, so 73.25. Stop loss is actually very well placed on this one here. The entry we're going to talk about a little bit. I think this one could have been refined a lot. And his take profit down here, which I think was overall pretty good. So let's get into the overall context real quick, just kind of step back out. You look at this here, you can kind of see, let's put on some lines here. And okay, so we've got a range going on here in EURAUD after a big sell-off. So major sell-off, you got nice impulsive, corrective, impulsive, corrective, impulsive. Starts to hold, bounces, double touch, bounces, and then creates resistance and some profit taking from bulls here. And then they eventually fade, retouch the same level. So now we've established that this level here, boom, 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 is a key support level in a bear trend though. So you want to be less bullish and more bearish. If you are going to trade ranges at the bottom of a bear trend move, then you want to have more of your position sizing skewed towards the with trend, which would be selling. And if you are buying the bottom range, just have smaller positions to adjust for that. So clearly established a good base of support here. Boom, 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 all that. And he comes back into this resistance zone, and keep in mind this is kind of like a little bit of a false break here. So comes back into this resistance zone, and he feels like, hey, I want to get short on this here. And here's the thing about it. He got pretty far away from the resistance here. And if you think about that, when you think about this, the market's already sold off pretty aggressively. To sell off pretty aggressively from here, there must have been strong institutional order flow saying, hey, this clearly is resistance. It was resistance here before. The market kind of hovered around this here. Even if you put a line up here, then you still wouldn't want to be selling to at least a minimum of here or into this kind of upper area of the false break zone. But he sells a little bit further away from it. And that to me is a non-premium entry. So when you sell further away from where the largest concentration of order flow is, and obviously this is a good resistance because after it sells off, it goes right back to it. Bam, bam. So this is where the institutional players are, and that's where you want to be getting in. Pin bars and engulfing bars and things like that, they're going to get you far away from those key support and resistance levels, and that means you're getting far away from that large institutional order flow that's creating that engulfing bar, that pin bar in the first place. So you don't want to get a retail entry, you want to get a premium entry. The premium entry was here, and so to me, this entry is a little suboptimal. He's getting the direction right. He's trading the range right. He wants to be, kind of selling this as much as possible. When we hit the resistance in the range, because we are in a bear trend going into this, he wants to be selling. So he's getting the direction right. That part's right. But the entry to me is suboptimal. So this is where you need to be. In terms of the stop loss placement, I see why he did that, because he waited for this candle to sell off. He even told me in private comments, hey, I was looking for a candle to sell off in the direction before I got short. And so he's kind of waiting for confirmation, and we don't wait for confirmation. We do not recommend waiting for confirmation. You trade with context, order flow, and probabilities. Institutional players, they have their prices, they have their levels, they're watching the order flow, they're getting in at those levels. They're not getting in here. They're getting in here. In fact, I'm willing to bet if you were looking at a level 2 quotes on this, you would not see as much activity here as you would here. So this is where you want to be getting in. He says, okay, if I'm getting in and I believe this is going to hold resistance, I'm just going to put my stop loss above that. So he puts it just a few pips above that. That is a very well stop loss placement. That's very, very good placement on this one here. Even though the entry was suboptimal, he was really optimal in the stop loss placement. So kudos to him on this one here. He felt like, hey, if this is going to hold and this is the top of that wick, I place it just a few pips above it. Very, very smart play on this one here. In terms of his target, it's very straightforward. He's targeting the bottom of the range. And then what he's saying is, look, here's the bottom of the range. The market has held pretty consistently. And I'm going to give myself a little bit of a buffer here and get just, about 20 pips above that. Now, do I think he needed to get this far above it? I think there's a decent case that can be made. There was, some bounces off that there and there. But if you think about it, every time it got up here, it touched. And you have a lot of touches, maybe you could go a little bit above there. But the majority of your touches on the support level here, 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 they're all right here. So I think he could have gotten a little bit more juice out of this target. I think he could have squeezed a little more pulp out of this one here. But overall, I think it was a good target, and I think he played the context right and he played the direction right. And the only thing I would adjust is his entry on this one here. So that's my thoughts on this one here. Would I make an adjustment managing this strategy? I don't think so. When you're trading inside ranges like this, you generally don't want to be activating positions inside the middle of that range, because then you have kind of an agreement in the order flow. Hey, the bull side says we think it should be going up. Top side says we should think it be going down. And they're both agreeing upon a relative value and direction for that structure there. So trading in the middle of that, you're really giving yourself a low probability directional edge in that. It's 50-50, I can go up or down. I don't recommend trading inside the middle of ranges, especially a range that's only, 300 pips wide. You're really kind of playing the numbers and you're really dicing things up, and you're reducing a high probability trade to a medium or lower probability trade at that point. So I don't think I wanted to add it on any positions in the middle of this range here. I think when you trade these small ranges like this, you try and capture as much of that range as possible. Try not to add on new positions, and that's pretty much it. So overall, good job on this one here for him. Trade barely went into the negative. It did once. It came back to exactly the same resistance level where the institutional players are, and then sold off. And he had to hold this through negative for the first several hours. And he stuck with it, and he stuck with his convictions. He stuck to his trading plan. Very, very important. And because of that, he was rewarded. So overall, good job to Manoj on this one here. I congratulate him on this one here. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe to our channel, smash the like button, leave the comments below. What trades are you looking at this week? We all like to share trades with each other on our community channel. Make sure to let us know. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. We do, and I promise, definitely promise on this one here, because I'm recording it tomorrow. We got another trading video for here. This one's going to be on stock trading, one of my favorite indicators that you should be using if you are trading stocks. In fact, I think you have to be using it if you are trading stocks. You don't have to, but I think you should. It will give you a distinctive edge. So that's going to be the next video. Expect that coming on Friday. Other than that, good luck to you. Stay safe, stay positive, stay persistent, and I'll see you in the next video.